My beloved, I know you're busy, but there is something very serious that is meant to happen with you. My child, I am not your enemy. I am your lover, who loves you the most and truly. Still, my heart grieves when you don't listen to my calling. Today I have called you because you're about to face a huge change in your life. This change is coming in your relationship with a person who is very close to your heart. I have seen your heart. I know it better than you do. I see the weight it carries, the hopes it holds, the fears it tries to silence. Nothing about you is hidden from me. Every tear, every sigh, every thought you push down, I know it all. And even still, I have loved you with an everlasting love. From before time began, I formed you, I dreamed of you, and I desired you. My love for you has no limit, no boundary, no turning away. But I must speak now, not to condemn, but to warn you, to prepare you, to shield you with truth before this storm breaks. This relationship you hold so tightly has been drifting into a place not rooted in me. You feel it, don't you? That subtle unrest, that quiet aching, that nagging sense that something is not quite right. I am not trying to take away your joy, my beloved. I am trying to protect your soul. There is a shift happening, a sifting. I have been shaking the foundations of many lives, not to destroy, but to reveal what has been built on sand. You, my precious one, must now see what has grown in your heart, what you've allowed to take root, what you've placed above me. You have given your heart to someone in a way that was meant for me alone. And though I delight in your love for others, I ache you when I see your identity, your peace, your worth entangled in someone else's fragile grasp. I am not asking you to walk away, I am asking you to walk with me. Let me guide your every step. If this relationship is from me, it will survive the fire. If it is not, then the fire will free you, though it may wound for a moment. You will not be consumed, but refined. Trust me in the breaking. Trust me in the stripping away. What I remove out of love. And what I rebuild in beauty and truth. You have cried out to me, asking for clarity, for signs, for peace. I heard you. And now I answer. But you must be willing to obey even when obedience hurts. I do not promise the path will be easy. I only promise that I will be with you in it. Every step, every fall, every tear, I will be there. And not just as a silent observer, but as your comforter, your strength, your ever-present help in time of need. You are not alone, though it feels like the walls are closing in. You are not forsaken, even when others withdraw. I am closer to you than your very breath. Listen, beloved, not with your ears, but with your spirit. I am speaking now, not just to warn you, but to awaken you, to call you back to the place where only I can satisfy the hunger in your soul. This person you love, yes, I see them too. I know their heart, their wounds, their needs. I have not turned my face from them. But you must understand, you cannot be their savior. That weight is too heavy for your shoulders. That role belongs to me alone. And in trying to save them, you are slowly drowning. Come to me, and I will lift you out of the waters. Let go of what you were never meant to carry. You have tied your future, your dreams, your worth to a human soul, fragile and flawed like yourself. This is not the way of peace. This is not the way of freedom. I have called you to a higher love, a deeper wellspring of joy that no man or woman can offer. If you continue to chase affection, validation, or stability from someone who cannot provide it, you will find yourself empty, frustrated, and lost. Let me be your first love again. Do not just seek me in crisis, seek me in your daily moments, in your laughter, in your decisions, in your longing. I want to walk with you in the mundane and the miraculous. I want to be your closest friend, your dearest confidant, your eternal bridegroom. There is nothing I would not do for you, but I will not compete for your heart. I want all of you, or none at all. I see the times you've settled for crumbs when I've prepared a feast. I see the way you have silenced your own convictions to keep the peace. I see the moments you've lost yourself trying to make someone else happy. Beloved, you were not created to be small. You were not born to dim your light so others could shine. I made you radiant. I made you full of purpose, full of power, full of love. But your light must come from me, not from another broken vessel. This change you are about to experience may come suddenly or slowly, but it will come. And when it does, you must remember these words. Anchor yourself in my promises. Read them aloud. Speak them over your weary soul. Do not let fear dictate your response. You are not being punished, you are being pruned. And though pruning feels like loss, it is actually preparation for greater fruitfulness. There are blessings I have held back because they would have been polluted by your divided heart. There are doors I have not opened because you were not yet ready to walk through them. But as you return to me, fully and honestly, I will restore what the locusts have eaten. I will give you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and garments of praise for your spirit of heaviness. You may ask, but what if it breaks me? What if I can't handle the change? My child, I will not let you break beyond repair. You are in the hands of the one who created galaxies with a word, and yet counts every hair on your head. If I can calm the seas, I can calm your heart. If I can raise the dead, I can resurrect your joy. This is a moment of mercy. I speak now because I love you too deeply to remain silent. I will not let you drift into destruction. I will not let you settle for less than what I designed you for. My plans for you are not mediocre, they are glorious. But they require surrender. Total, fearless, raw surrender. Will you trust me with what you love most? Will you place it in my hands and not snatch it back when fear whispers lies? Will you allow me to shape your future, even if it means letting go of the picture you painted for yourself? You do not see what I see. I see the years ahead, the lives you will touch, the generations that will be changed because of your obedience. I see the tears you will cry and how I will bottle every one. I see the healing that will flow through your wounds. I see the strength that will rise in you after this storm. But first, you must pass through this valley with me. Do not turn to distractions. Do not numb your heart with noise. Let me speak in the stillness. Let me hold you in the silence. I have not abandoned you. I never have. Every time you wondered if I was still there, I was closer than you knew, quieter than you expected, but never absent. You are my beloved. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not invisible. You are mine. And I will fight for you, even when you cannot fight for yourself. There are moments, my child, when I whisper to your spirit, moments when I reach out, trying to prepare you for what lies ahead. Even when you do not understand, I am working on your behalf, moving events and people in ways you can't see. This change may be unexpected, even uncomfortable, but it is a necessary part of the journey I have planned for you. Trust me, even if the path seems painful. I am a father who delights in bringing blessings out of hardship, joy out of sorrow, and beauty out of brokenness. I see what you cannot. I see beyond the surface, beyond the now, beyond what your eyes and emotions can comprehend. I see the full picture of your life, from its beginning to its eternal continuation in my presence. I know what must be removed to make space for what I desire to place in your life. I know what must be pruned so that fruit may flourish. I know what must be emptied before true filling can begin. And I am never careless with your heart. Every shift, every tear, every moment that feels like loss is woven into a divine design that leads you deeper into the fullness of who I created you to be. I do not waste pain, my beloved. I do not overlook sorrow. I gather every sigh, every silent ache, and I weave it into the tapestry of your destiny. What you think is delay is often my protection. What feels like denial may be the doorway to something greater than you have yet dared to dream. I am not withholding good from you. I am preparing you for a kind of good that only I can provide. A good that doesn't fade or fracture under pressure. A joy that is not dependent on circumstance, but rooted in my presence. You wonder why things had to change. You question what went wrong. My child, not everything that falls apart is broken. Some things fall apart, so that truth may emerge, so that false hopes may crumble, and so that what is real, eternal, and pure can take root. You placed your trust in something that could not bear the weight of your soul. You anchored yourself to someone who was not your savior. And while love is a gift, it must be given and received through me, or it becomes twisted, heavy, and ultimately hollow. Let me heal what was wounded. Let me retrieve the pieces of you that you gave away too freely. I will not shame you for loving deeply. I made you to love, to give, to pour out. But now I invite you to receive. Be still, to be held. You do not have to perform for my affection. You do not need to strive for my approval. I am not impressed by your perfection. I am moved by your surrender. And I will meet you in the rawness of your honesty. I will not turn away from your questions, your doubts, or your tears. There is a new chapter unfolding, and though you cannot yet read its pages, trust the author. Trust the one who writes with wisdom beyond measure and love beyond comprehension. You are stepping into a time of refining. I am not punishing you. I am drawing you closer. I am removing distractions, idols, and illusions not to leave you empty, but to fill you with what is real. What you thought you needed may not have been what your soul truly longed for. And I know the language of your soul better than anyone else ever could. I will teach you to rest again, to breathe without anxiety, to hope without fear, to love without losing yourself. I will teach you how to live, not from a place of desperation, but from the overflow of intimacy with me. You are never meant to run dry, trying to be everything for someone else. You are created to overflow because of everything I pour into you. You may feel like something precious is slipping through your fingers, but I promise you, my child, I never take without purpose. What I remove, I either restore in greater measure or replace with something more aligned with your true design. Trust my hands. Trust my timing. Trust my heart. There are seasons when I must separate you to elevate you. Seasons when I must isolate you not to abandon you, but to realign your heart with mine. This is one of those seasons. Do not fear the quiet. Do not resist the solitude. It is here, in the stillness, that I will speak most clearly. It is here that your roots will grow deep. It is here that the foundation for your future will be strengthened. The road ahead may not look how you imagined. The people you thought would walk with you may not remain. But do not let your heart grow bitter. Forgive, even when it hurts. Release, even when it's hard. I will give you the grace to do what you cannot do alone. You are not alone in this. I am with you. Always. Even to the end of the age. Let go of trying to control the outcome. Lay down your need for answers. You do not need to have it all figured out. You only need to trust that I do. I go before you. I walk beside you. I live within you. Nothing that concerns you is too small for me to care about, and nothing too complex for me to handle. This relationship, yes, the one that weighs so heavily on your heart, I know the details. I see every unspoken word, every unresolved tension, every lingering hope. And I want to speak truth into it. I want to remind you that love without freedom is not love at all. That compromise without conviction leads to confusion. That clinging without clarity breeds chaos. I do not ask you to stop loving. I ask you to love through me. To see through my eyes, to discern through my spirit. If this relationship is part of your destiny, it will return not in the same way, but renewed, refined, resurrected by my hand. But if it was only meant for a season, then let it go without bitterness. Some people are meant to teach you, shape you, awaken something within you, and then move on. And that is not failure. That is growth. That is grace. That is me, writing your story with precision and care. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. What feels like a loss is actually a divine redirection. What seems like rejection may be protection. You ask me for my will, now allow me to walk you into it. My will does not always look like comfort, but it always leads to peace. My will does not always match your expectations, but it will always exceed your imagination. You are learning to live open-handed, to hold people, dreams, and desires loosely, not carelessly, but with a heart anchored in me. I will never fail you. I will never betray you. I will never use or abandon you. My love is the only love that will never run out, never grow cold, never turn away. Lift your eyes, child. Stop looking down at what you've lost. Start looking up to what I am doing. I am making a way in the wilderness, rivers in the desert, light in the darkest places of your soul. And I am not done with you. What the enemy meant for harm, I will use for good. What the world called broken, I will call beautiful. What you called over, I will call beginning. Trust me even when it hurts. Trust me when the night feels endless. Trust me when your prayers seem unanswered. I am never late. I am always working, always moving, always loving. You are still in the palm of my hand, still under the shadow of my wings, still wrapped in the promise of my goodness. You were made for more than survival. You were made for abundance. You were made to walk in power, in purpose, in purity. And every storm is preparing you for that. Every closed door is clearing the path. Every delay is maturing your heart. And though you cannot yet see it, I am setting you up for divine appointments, for sacred connections, for blessings that will not bring sorrow with them. Do not harden your heart. Do not build walls where I have asked you to build altars. Let every pain become a place of worship. Let every disappointment become a declaration of trust. I see it all. I know what you've endured, what you've hidden, what you've carried in silence. And I call you brave not because you never fall, but because you keep getting up. Because you still choose me. Because you still hope. I am not far. I am right here. And I will not leave you as you are. I will continue the work I began in you. I will finish it beautifully, faithfully, perfectly. Nothing will be wasted. Nothing is forgotten. I will restore the years the locusts have eaten. I will bring laughter where there has been mourning. I will give you double for your trouble, honor for your shame, and strength for your weakness. I know how tender your heart is. I know how deeply you love. And I know how much it hurts when that love is not returned in the way you hoped. But I promise you, I will never leave your love unanswered. I will never ignore your devotion. I receive it. I treasure it. I honor it. You are not unseen. You are not unloved. You are mine. Let me write your love story. Let me prepare the one who is worthy of your heart. Let me heal the broken places before you try to give your heart away again. There is no rush. There is no pressure. There is only grace and timing and divine wisdom. I know the desires I placed within you, and I know how and when to fulfill them. Until then, rest, breathe, trust. Let me be enough for now. Let me be more than enough forever. I am not just a part of your life, I am the source of it. In me, you will find what no other can give. Peace that surpasses understanding. Joy that cannot be stolen. Love that casts out fear. So hold on, child. The night will not last forever. Morning is coming. And when the sun rises, you will see that I was with you all along. That every step, every heartbreak, every change was leading you here to the place of healing, the place of truth, the place of deeper intimacy with me. You are not what happened to you. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the things they said. You are mine, chosen, loved, redeemed, called, and I will never stop loving you. I will never stop pursuing your heart. I will never stop speaking to your soul. Listen closely. I am calling you into deeper waters, not to drown you, but to teach you how to walk on waves. I am drawing you into the wilderness, not to abandon you, but to speak tenderly to you there. I am pulling you away not to isolate you, but to draw you near. Let me do this work. Let me hold your hand. Let me be enough. You do not need to be afraid of change when I am the one who orchestrates it. You do not need to fear loss when I am the one who restores. You do not need to fear loneliness when I am the one who fills every void. Keep your eyes on me, not on what is fading. I am eternal. My promises are unshakable. My presence is constant. My love is forever. And I am not finished with you yet. Not even close. Stand still and watch what I will do. Watch how I turn mourning into dancing. Watch how I bring purpose from pain. Watch how I use what the enemy meant to destroy you and make it the very thing that launches you into destiny. I am the Lord your God. I do not fail. I do not lie. I do not forget. I am faithful to the end. And I love you with a love that never quits, never fades, never gives up. Now walk with me. Trust me. Your story is not over. It's only just beginning. Amen.